Hello, everybody. Can everybody hear me? Okay. Hello, my name is Korina Emmerich. I am an artist and fashion designer originally from the Coast Salish Territory Puyallup tribe. I have been working and residing on Lenapehoking for 12 years now. I would like to acknowledge that the city of New York is located on Lenapehoking, the unceded traditional territory of the Lenape people, who are also known by the colonial government as the Delaware Nation. The majority of Lenape peoples and the main political and cultural body of the tribe ended up in Oklahoma after repeated removals and relocations spanning over 50 years of exodus, leading halfway across Turtle Island in what is now known as North America. After forced removals of Lenape people from their homeland, many reside in the 3 federally recognized bands in the U.S., in what is now known as Oklahoma and Wisconsin, and 3 federally recognized bands in Canada. However, I would like to acknowledge that I do not see colonial borders, so let's just call it 6. I am here to pay respect to Lenape peoples past, present, and future, and their continuing presence in the homeland and throughout the Lenape diaspora. I would also like to acknowledge the indigenous peoples who have and who presently live, work, create, and contribute to communities here in Lenapehoking, as Manhattan is home to the largest urban Indian population. I recognize the continual displacement and violence perpetuated against indigenous people by the United States, including and most notably when the Lenape returned to the island of Manhattan after seasonal migrations, only to find a wall decorated in heads of Lenape people. As a warning, bounties were then placed on all the heads of Lenape men, women, and children. That wall is currently now Wall Street, which is fitting because of the treachery that continues to go on there today. I would like to wholeheartedly thank and honor my friend Joe Whittle of the Delaware Nation of Oklahoma and the Caddo Nation of Oklahoma, who is a direct descendant of Lenape matriarchs and chiefs. I want to thank him for sharing knowledge and trust in a random Coast Salish woman who is living on his territory to share this knowledge with you today. And I am humbled to be given the opportunity to present a land acknowledgement in his honor. In his words, Joe would like to say, Waneshi, thank you for listening and holding space for the Lenape voice and perspective. I would also like to express that I am aware that these kinds of acknowledgements can be misused for stand-ins for actual decolonization work, which is something to bear in mind while continuing to work to dismantle the ongoing effects of the colonial legacy here and elsewhere. I am here today to incite a revolution and create allyship between climate justice defenders and indigenous people. I am here today to ask you for your help to dismantle systems of oppression throughout the world built by colonial institutions. I am not here as performance or as tokenism or fetishism. Indigenous people have been fighting this fight and refusing to submit to colonial oppression and violence in order to protect this land for over 500 years. I am here to ask you to stand alongside and in solidarity with Indigenous people. Indigenous people make up about 4% of the population of the world after repeated attempts at genocide, and we are still protecting 80% of the world's biodiversity. In the face of corporate-started fires to promote deforestation on our homelands, to the repeated atrocities and murder and violence from the colonial settlers, the RCMP, the United States Police Force, pipeline workers, and man camps, which is leading to the continued extinction of our animal relatives, our clean water, and soon ourselves. I am asking you to show up on the front lines, connect with Indigenous people whose land you're living on. I ask you to recognize and listen to Indigenous voices, and especially our elders' voices. Because even our fight now is being whitewashed. I do not fault any individual for fighting for climate justice, but I have to say, the imagery of a young white woman sailing to our lands to enlighten our people of something that we have been screaming at the top of our lungs for 500 years needs to be recognized. Align yourselves with Indigenous communities. Thank you. We are the original stewards of this land. Discredit institutions that continue to silence our voices, and above all, please listen. We like to talk about decolonization. Now I'm asking you to show me your work, because this room is very fancy, but it's time for all of us to get our hands dirty. My name's Korina Emmerich again. Thank you so much.